You're watching Reality Check. The virus is surging in Delhi. It's set to hit almost 60,000 cases. Close to 2,000 people have been killed. Now, the Delhi government says that one of the reasons is simply because they're just testing more than before. And this is true. From testing about 5,000 cases a day earlier in this month, Delhi is now testing close to almost 17 to 18,000 cases a day. But even as they try to chase the virus, are they also chasing the contacts of all those who test positive, what is known as contact tracing? That's a very important aspect in the fight against the virus. And it was one of the points which was also brought up, was one of the many mantras that Amit Shah, the Centre, Home Ministry, which is now overseeing the fight of the virus against Delhi, suggested to the Delhi government. In addition to aggressive testing, in addition to redesigning quarantine zones and containment zones, was to crack down and vastly improve contact tracing. But you talk to people who test COVID positive in Delhi, and person after person will tell you that no one is asking them for their contacts, who were all they contact with, which is something that used to happen earlier. Here's just a sampling of voices of COVID positive patients or families of those who tested positive that we spoke to, starting with a young man. This is what he told us when his father tested positive. He didn't want his identity to be disclosed. Let's listen. When your dad was found positive, did they ask for all the people who he had been in touch with and then try to reach out to them?
No, nothing was done.
You were telling me you live in a joint family setup.
Right.
Okay, so your father stays, who all stay alongside? All of you?
We have different flats. In my flat, my mom, my dad, and me, all of three together, stay together.
Okay. And who stays in the other flats?
Yeah.
Who stays in the rest of the building?
My aunt, my chachaji.
Okay.
My tayaji, yeah. And my brother also.
Oh, I see. So the government never asked for any details of all of you and
no, nothing was done.
And tried to ask for to screen you, test you? No, nothing.
No, nothing was done.
Were you and your mother tested?
Yes, we were tested by our own selves, but we found to be negative.
You got your own selves tested?
Right.
We also spoke to 3 men at a quarantine center in Delhi who had tested positive as part of the rapid testing camps being conducted in the city.
अच्छा संजीव जी, ये बताइए कि आप जब आप पॉजिटिव हुए उसके बाद क्या किसी ने आपसे पूछा कि आप किन किन लोगों के संपर्क में आए?
ये पूछा था कि भी घर में क्वारंटीन हो सकते हो, घर में अलग लैट्रिन बाथरूम है?
अच्छा,
उन्होंने कहा नहीं है। हमने ये कह दिया, उन्होंने यहाँ भेज दिया।
अच्छा, तो आपके घर पे कौन कौन है? और
मेरा बेटा है, मेरी भतीजी है, मेरे भतीजा है जो मेरे ही साथ सोता था और खाना खाते थे।
अच्छा, उनका कोई टेस्टिंग हुआ?
अभी कोई टेस्टिंग नहीं हुआ। वो सैनिटाइज हो गया पूरा घर। आज किसी बंदे ने सैनिटाइज किया है।
अच्छा ठीक है, इसके बावजूद भी आपसे कुछ नहीं पूछा कि आप किन किन के संपर्क में आए? ठीक है, अच्छा ठीक है। तो ये बताएं कि जब आप पॉजिटिव पाए गए तो उसके बाद क्या आपको किसी ने पूछा कि आप किन किन लोगों के साथ टच में आए?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं,
कुछ ऐसा नहीं पूछा।
नहीं।
जब आप टेस्ट कराने गए, आप सिर्फ क्योंकि वो जो रैपिड टेस्टिंग हो रही है ना आजकल, उसकी कैंप, उसमें आप गए यूं ही देखने?
हाँ जी।
बट आपके घर पे कौन कौन और रहते हैं?
मैंने आपको बताया ना, मेरी वाइफ की तबीयत खराब थी 1 हफ्ते से।
अच्छा,
मैं उसको चेक कराने ले गया था।
अच्छा,
उनको भी चेक कराया मैंने, अपनी मदर को भी चेक कराया।
अच्छा,
वो दोनों नेगेटिव आया, मैं पॉजिटिव आया।
आप पॉजिटिव आए, ठीक है। तो आप बता रहे हैं कि अभी तक कोई आपसे कॉन्टैक्ट्स का लिस्ट नहीं मांगा कि आप किस किस से टच में आए?
नहीं, कुछ नहीं मांगा।
ठीक है भाई साहब, धन्यवाद, आपने हमारे साथ बात किया। आप अपना नाम बताएंगे? अच्छा उमेश जी, ये बताइए कि जब आप पॉजिटिव आपका आया सामने, तो उसके बाद आपसे किसी ने कांटेक्ट का पूछा कि आप किन किन लोगों के संपर्क में थे?
नहीं, ये नहीं पूछा था, लेकिन ये पूछा था कि बस घर में जगह है कि नहीं है। हम भी घर तो हमारा है ही नहीं। जहाँ रहता वही सो काम करता था, वही सो रहता था। और ये पूछा कि हमारे पास घर तो नहीं है।
अच्छा, बस इतना ही पूछा। आप कौन सा काम करते हैं?
बैंक के काम करते थे।
नहीं, अभी मैं लॉकडाउन खुलने की बात कर रहा हूँ। जब लॉकडाउन थोड़ा खुलने लगा,
कल खुला है तो वही जो 2-3 दिन तो गए किए हैं।
2-3 दिन के लिए जाते थे?
हाँ, 2-3 दिन गए थे, बस बंद कर दिए।
So these are the voices that we heard, but how is it actually working on the ground? My colleague Mariam Alavi and I traveled today to central Delhi, which is one of the hotspots of the city, to visit one of these rapid testing camps, and from there to understand how exactly is contact tracing happening or not happening on the ground. We are in central Delhi, and we've come to a government school here to see the new push by Delhi to try and chase the virus. Is it working on the ground or not? What is this area where we are? What is it called?
This is Pratap Nagar containment zone.
Pratap Nagar containment zone. So what has happened here, you were telling us, is there's a containment zone that was found here, and as a result now you've ordered a testing camp here. How many people turned positive here in Pratap Nagar?
17 people were positive.
17 people were found positive. So now all these people have come to get tested. So just if we can walk through and you can explain to us how this works with this antigen testing. So first you have to go and get yourself what, registered there, is it?
Yeah, actually registration counter is there. So
Ah.
first people have to be in queue so
Okay.
that social distancing can be maintained.
Right.
And then they will get them registered there at this
Right.
counter. And after registration, they will go to that counter for sample collection.
Okay, so that is the counter where they're going for sample collection.
Sample collection.
Once they're tested, how long does it take to get a result?
20 minutes.
15 to
20 minutes.
So they wait here till they get the results.
Yeah, we have a waiting hall
Acha.
where people can wait, and then by the time within 15 minutes they will get the result.
It's the 17 people found positive in these congested lanes that has led to all 3,000 in this area to be tested. But who infected the 17 people? So the 17 people who got infected here, what was the source of the virus in their case? How did they get infected?
Actually, surveillance team would be in a better position to tell because they
Okay.
do the contact tracing. Actually, when you said that I got the number that how many high risk contacts were there, how many low risk contacts, but how they got infected, actually our surveillance team is looking after this thing.
So it's not very clear. Is it the case that as the city is opening up and the lockdown is not very clear to find out the source of the infection? कि कहाँ से आ रहा है?
Not very clear. Not very.
Not very clear. One reason for the confusion, the targets to test may be ambitious, but tracing contacts, despite official claims, are struggling to keep pace. So you said in their case, contact tracing was done for these 17 people. How many people were contact traced?
Total 103 contacts were found, out of which 35 were high risk contacts and 68 were found low risk contacts.
So 103 contacts were found for 17 people, which works out to about six contacts per person. Isn't that a very low number?
After interacting with the patient, only we come to know how many persons were contacted by him or where he visited in the last 2-3 days. So it is basically as per the reply or answer given by the patient.
Is it fair to say that with this unlocked down, doing the contact tracing like earlier is very difficult? I mean, it's not the same.
A little bit difficult. I
It is
can say,
difficult.
yeah, little bit difficult.
Challenge is more.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have come to the Gulabi Bagh police station, which overlooks the containment zone where we were at, because the police play a very important role in contact tracing. To talk to the officials here and understand from them, are they still doing contact tracing, and if so, what has changed from earlier?
So they said earlier they were doing both primary and secondary contacts for every patient that was COVID positive in the area. So they found about 20 to 25 contacts for every positive patient here.
Right.
But now that number has been slashed by almost half. This is because you have far more patients testing positive now. So they say they trace about 5 to 10 contacts for every patient now.
Okay, so there's the great irony here that actually as the city unlocks and people are exposed to many more contacts, the amount of contacts being traced has almost fallen by half. One argument could be contact tracing is now redundant. Everyone in the mohalla is getting tested with the new rapid tests. But will everyone step forward? Several in the queue say they have come for self-protection. किस वजह से आप टेस्ट के लिए सोचा आपने?
दुकानदार हूँ तो इन्होंने ज़रूरी करा कि यहाँ पे सबका चेक होगा, टेस्ट करवाना ज़रूरी है तभी दुकानें खोल सकोगे, तो हम पहले ही आ गए इसलिए चेक कराने के लिए।
आप यहाँ आज टेस्टिंग करवाने आई हैं, क्यों?
ऐसे ही आए हैं कि डाउट हो रहा है तो चले, टेस्ट हो रहा था तो हमने कहा हम भी चले जाते हैं।
अच्छा,
टेस्ट के लिए।
तो आपके यहाँ आपके आसपास में या आपके फैमिली में किसी का पॉजिटिव आया है अभी तक?
नहीं, अभी तो नहीं आया।
अभी तो नहीं आया। अच्छा।
बट मोहल्ले में है ऐसा?
हाँ जी।
वैसे मार्केट वगैरह जा रही हैं आजकल या?
मार्केट वगैरह तो जाते रहते हैं।
क्या सामान वगैरह
लेने? हाँ जी, दूध सब्जी के लिए डर भी लगता है, दूध पानी तो चाहिए, दूध सब्जी ये तो चाहिए बच्चों के साथ, छोटे बच्चे हैं, अपने लिए भी चाहिए।
देखिए मेरे सभी लोगों से।
But this man says there is public reluctance. लोग आ रहे हैं क्या सामने ठीक तरह से?
नहीं, लोग अभी नहीं आ रहे। आप देखिए अभी वोट डालना हो तो यहाँ पर भीड़ लग जाएगी। और टेस्ट कराने के लिए आज हम सुबह से आए हुए हैं तो हमने देखा बमुश्किल 20, 25, 30, 40 आदमी हैं। लोग ये समझ रहे हैं अगर हमारा यहाँ पर हमने टेस्ट कराया और अगर हमारा पॉजिटिव आया तो हमें क्वारंटाइन कर देंगे। तो क्वारंटाइन होना और पॉजिटिव होना कोई अपराध नहीं है।
With camera person Xavier and Maria Malavi, Srinivasan Jain for NDTV. All right, joining us tonight on Reality Check, we have with us Dr. S.K. Sareen, who's chairman of the Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences, also chairman of the Delhi government's panel on COVID-19. We have with us Professor Srinath Reddy, who is the president of the Public Health Foundation of India, and Raghav Chadha of the Aam Aadmi Party. Thank you all so much for being on the show with us. If I can just start with you, Srinath Reddy, and to understand that if there is indeed this slowdown in contact tracing, testing is going up in Delhi, which is a good thing, but if you're not contact tracing enough, even though the city is opening up and it's a challenge, we understand that, but isn't that a problem?
It is a problem because testing is only one part of the containment strategy. After you've identified a positive case, we also recognize that testing with antigen tests do not necessarily give a high positive yield, but be that as it may, once a case is detected, it becomes our responsibility to try and trace the contacts of the person who he or she might have infected, but also to go back and find out where that person might have got infected in the first place, and that source of infection, how many others have been infected by that source. Right. So I think that kind of retrospective contact tracing is also important. Otherwise, and also just doing contact tracing or testing in the neighborhood is not going to help once we have opened up, because there are likely to be many contacts when a person has gone for work or elsewhere. So I think it's important to take history, but I would also make a point. I don't think it's the job of the police to sympathetically elicit this. You need trained healthcare workers or even citizen volunteers who can be trained. You need to earn the trust and confidence of the people for them to come forth and reveal all about themselves and their contacts.
Yeah. Yes. No, of course. By the way, this is in our report. I hope it didn't come across that we were suggesting that it's only the police doing this. The police are only one part of it. But it's done by a whole spectrum of stakeholders, including the police, frontline healthcare workers, and so on and so forth. Yes. Dr. Sareen, now I know that officially I don't think that the Delhi government or the initiative to contain COVID would say that contact tracing has been slowed down or even stopped. But as I mentioned, on the ground, that's what we find again and again. I mean, I can tell you that I think almost everyone who knows someone who's COVID positive in Delhi, including myself, If you talk to them, they'll tell you that there is virtually no contact tracing. Why is that? What has led to this change? And isn't it, as Srinath Reddy says, isn't that a matter of concern?
Well, there are 2-3 things. One, I heard what the interviews you were taking. There is a sea change from the time when people were giving wrong telephone numbers and wrong addresses so that nobody can trace them. You remember, and there was a plan that there should be an OTP number. You can actually check out whether this guy has given a true telephone number. They were not giving it. To the change in Delhi has come that people say, oh, nobody is coming out for contact tracing. So there is a sea change in the public perception, although they are still afraid. But there is a sea change. They want to get tested. And what Delhi government and Delhi has done is they have made it possible. And I can just tell you, with the introduction of antigen testing, you're close to about 18,000 tests and 2 times more antigen testing than the RT-PCR test. And you get the result in 30 minutes. So the sea change has occurred. Now the contact tracing itself is a very complicated process. You know, the person has to truly tell and say that these are the people. The Setu, the apps were made, but they were not so, readily able to trace out. It is the responsibility of every citizen. It's not the responsibility of a police or anyone to inform that, look, I was in touch in a party with about 20 people. I want to tell you through this media, it's very important. People, when they use a telephone, they take out the mask. When they are eating in public, 3 people sitting, they will take out a mask. And that is true for 15-20 minutes. But they do not think that it is a high risk. It is a high risk if you are positive but asymptomatic. But then you can spread out. So please do not.
I agree. Dr. Sareen.
And the second, and the contact tracing part is a responsibility
Dr. Sareen, that's important advice. Dr. Sareen, just a second. That's important. Dr. Sareen.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was about to say, Dr. Sareen, that it's I think, like nowhere in the world is it just entirely left to people to come forward and share their contacts. That's something which is part of the government's response. The moment you detect a positive case, you go to them, you get their list of contacts. And the thing is that this is something that Delhi was actually doing. If I can just bring in Raghav here. The thing is, Raghav, that I understand, we all understand that as you open up a city of 20 million, it is very hard to do contact tracing in the same way as earlier. But the fact is, you were doing it earlier. If you remember the time of the Tabligh Jamaat cluster of cases, all those associated with the Tabligh Jamaat, the contact tracing was very, very intensive and widespread. They were being traced all over the country, to the south, to the east, to the north, to the west. Look at the change between then and now.
So a couple of quick things. First is the qualitative aspect of contact tracing, and the second is the quantitative aspect. The qualitative aspect has been very well articulated by Dr. Sareen, who has explained to us the sea change in the behavior of those who are diagnosed with COVID-19. I will concentrate on the quantitative aspect, as qualitative aspect has already been dealt with. On the quantitative aspect, you see, back in the day, we were testing 5,000 to 6,000 people a day. Now that figure has gone up to 18,000. That is, there is a rise of 300%. And therefore, we realize that we also need to ramp up our contact tracing paraphernalia in the same manner. There is something called as the Chief District Medical Officer's Office, as well as the Surveillance Office. These 2 offices work together and try and reach out to everybody who is a COVID-19 positive. And it is not merely by having a personal conversation with the patient. Now fresh guidelines and SOPs have been issued by the government of Delhi, where innovative ways like cell phone triangulation, like a mobile tower tracing, while the cell phone records of that person, GIS mapping, as well as multiple mobile applications will also be used. And, technology will be leveraged to ensure that there are no blind spots when it comes to contact tracing. I do concede, and I have no hesitation in saying that, yes, the efficacy of our contact tracing mechanism hasn't been able to commensurate with the rapid increase in the number of positive cases. We are dealing with it. And hopefully, in the next few days, you will see that we will be able to cater to this large number of pools that we'll be testing.
Okay. Okay, I do want to tell you, Raghav, that I don't think that the scaling down of contact tracing is very recent. I can tell you that we are aware of instances going back to almost a month, by which time it was very unusual to find people whose contact tracing was being done with the same rigor as it was earlier. So this has been some time coming. Let's hope, as you say, that you will scale it up. Let's hope you will scale it up. I'll come back to you. I just want to ask Srinath Reddy, though. Srinath Reddy, that this is a challenge, though, that for a city of the size of Delhi, and I'm sure this is the case with other of our megapolises which are being hit by the virus and which are expanding testing, that can you really contact trace as you open up, because people are in touch now, they're moving around, they're in touch with potentially hundreds of people.
Yes, I mean, it's a difficult exercise, there's no doubt about it. But I think we need to get people involved. It can't be just left to the healthcare system. For example, if you look at Andhra Pradesh, every village, every 50 houses has a village volunteer. Similarly, in every city or town, you have a ward volunteer. They have the confidence of the local people, and they are able to elicit the history of where all people have traveled and where all they have actually come into contact with people. Secondly, people will declare themselves as contacts of an infected case if they're confident of getting empathetic and early attention of the healthcare system. On the other hand, if they feel that they're likely to be quarantined in a place which is very unwelcome, they will not declare themselves. So it's absolutely important for us to give them that confidence and also get a great deal of citizen engagement. Without the citizen engagement at this stage, it's going to be very difficult to have either efficient home isolation or contact.
Yeah, that's a good point, Dr. Sareen. I mean, you would have seen this as well, that again, Delhi is trying hard. I mean, not taking away from that, but people are also reluctant because the quarantine facilities aren't always the greatest.
See, the other 2 points which can help us in our contact tracing is that, in my opinion, and the ground reality is that in containment zones, there are less positives than in non-containment zones. And I think people are moving around. 10 to 15% positivity is outside the containment zone, which is less in the containment zone. And secondly, Delhi has been somehow left behind in your antibody testing or antigen testing. And I think, like all other states, if Delhi would have started 15 days ago, we wouldn't have had all these problems. The same people who were doing and collecting samples for RT-PCR are now collecting the samples for the rapid antigen testing. So we would have ramped up the manpower for doing this. And now the antibody testing will come on 27th, which would have come about 4 weeks ago. So if we had the antibody test, we would have known, yes, in 1st of June, this percentage of people are actually exposed or not exposed. Then 1st of July, 1 month later, what is the prevalence? Zero surveillance. And 1st of August, what will happen? So the antibody testing on a monthly basis in a given zone will tell you
well,
this red
better
is
late than never.
green,
Let's
green
hope that
red. So in my opinion, Delhi has
better
done
late than never.
reasonably well, but
Let's
it's
hope
the
that
responsibility of
in
citizens
addition to
of
wrapping up testing, we'll see contact tracing also go up. I agree with you. We're completely out of time, but I do agree with you. It's completely unfair to place the blame entirely on government. People also have to step up. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us on Reality Check. That's all the time we have. Good night.